This is the award-winning car talk show in real time. Coming up, we'll review our featured vehicle of the week, the 2021 Lexus RX350. We talk with Will Wightman about his mobile tire service. We got your weekly cruise-in calendar, plus This Week in Auto History, and the stories making auto news headlines this week. That and more just ahead on today's In Real Time Car Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong. You know who.
Yep, me.
Yeah, it's Jeff Zekin.
Need more.
We need more Jeff Zekin.
We do.
I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday, and we really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to be with us, and we hope that we entertain you in a car kind of way.
Woo-woo.
Speaking of cars, you know, cars have to have tires.
They all the time.
Tires
Yeah.
make the car go round and round.
That's it.
I know a little bit about that.
Yes, you do. So Will Wightman owns a company called Mobile Difference. Will, good morning to you, and thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You bet. So when I say a mobile tire service, it's not that you just fix flats, is it?
No, sir. Actually, we're basically the tire store on wheels. We sell tires. We bring them to your location, whether it be home, office, shop. We mount and balance the tires in our van on location. We use nothing but the best Corgi touchless tire changer and laser Corgi balancer. And it's extremely accurate. We guarantee no rim damage. We can do up to a 28-inch rim and a 40-inch mud tire in our van.
I'm thinking donk.
Donk, that's exactly what I thought when he told me that.
Well,
Yeah, we need some donks here.
And the Corgi is the industry leader in touchless tire changing apparatus. So what size van do you carry that in? Because that stuff ain't light.
It's in a Transit, Ford Transit 350 extra long, extra tall.
Wow.
Is it the dually?
Big.
Okay.
No, it's not the dually. It's a single rear wheel.
Okay.
So let me ask you, how does it work? Okay, I'm in the market for tires. Now you're competing against Discount Tire, which is a big tire company here in the Houston area, and they sell tons and tons of tires every day. So how do you compete with them, price-wise, service-wise, time-wise?
Right. So, we get that question a lot. The number one biggest thing that we have is our overhead. Our footprint is very small, being in a van. We pretty much only house or use the warehouses locally to pick up our tires. We make appointments. So if you're in the market for tires, you would look them up on the internet, or if you already knew what you wanted, you would either call us or go to our website and select the tire function, purchase tires. We would then book an appointment to where we could come to your home, our office, and perform the install.
So you have accounts with the local tire distributors here in town. So Conrad's going to get tires for his rally. He gets them online. You find that it's at XYZ supplier. You go pick it up, house it, and then take it to Conrad to put on.
Right. We're actually a preferred installer for most of the e-commerce tire sites like Tire Rack, Tire Buyer.
Okay.
We do sell our tires. We're able to be so competitive that we usually price match. If you buy 4 tires, we're not going to be any more expensive than what you would be at Discount or Goodyear or NTB because we're able to price match when selling 4 tires. We are a preferred installer, like I said, for Tire Rack. So if you have an account with them, you purchase your tires, you have them delivered to your home, you would just contact us for the installation support. And we do 3-piece wheels, custom, some of the radical tire stretching, you name it, we can handle it. We do center locks for Porsche. We actually specialize in doing, because of our Corgi touchless tire changer, we specialize in doing exotics. We do a lot of, probably most of the Ford GTs here in Houston. I have a huge Porsche client base. We do carbon fiber wheels, magnesium wheels, and
because your machine is virtually damage free, and that's why those people are so interested in getting that machine to handle their tire changes.
Absolutely. And what makes it really special is, to your clientele base also, when you're spending thousands of dollars on tires and you have, a $250,000 vehicle, you don't want just anyone working on it. And, if you want to be involved, if you want to just watch, it's a one-on-one service that we're going to provide for you. And you're going to be involved in the tire installation process.
So not only do you have a program set up for price matching, but you also offer the convenience of home service.
Absolutely.
Or someplace like the Garages of Texas. So I've got my car Minium out there, and I've got my car out there. You could come to there, and I don't even have to take my car out on the roadway to get to you.
Absolutely. Yeah, we do a lot of vehicle storage, tire installs. We meet the client at the warehouse, and they don't have to put any additional miles. They don't have to worry about the liability or risk of having something damaged at a shop. Who's touching it? Who's going to be around it?
Or having some 18-year-old take it for a test drive.
Well, that's all I'm thinking of is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Exactly.
So the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Will, I have to ask you, okay, so I'm in the market for a new set of tires on my 2020, let's make it the 2001 Corvette. We'll just use that as an example. It needs new tires. I don't know what I want. Here's the size of wheels I've got on there. Can I call you and say, Will, you do the research. You tell me what you can do for me. Can I do it that way?
Absolutely. With the internet, we have a database that we can pull up the year, make, and model of the vehicle. It'll tell us the recommended tire sizes that are on there, recommended tires, whether they're run flats. And then, I have clients that want to maybe go a little bit wider in the rear to get a little bit better traction. We do have a tire comparison and a tire size estimator that will give dimensions of tires to know whether or not it will actually fit.
Yeah. Those are very
increasing
common
the
now.
size of the
Yeah.
tire.
Exactly.
Well, for instance, my Corvette's got, custom aftermarket wheels on it, different sizes. I think it's 18s in the fronts and 19s in the back.
Staggered fit.
And so I would imagine that what I need to do is I need to tell you what kind of tires or what size tires I have on there now. Now, I really don't know that much about, what's available out there. And I wound up, this is before I heard of you, went to Discount Tire, and they had in stock in town a set of Michelin Pilot Sports, I think is what I wound up buying. And they were, I thought, $1,500 for a set of 4 was probably a pretty good price. And so you'll be able to match all of that.
Yes, especially with buying 4 tires. Now, we're going to be a little bit more expensive when you're buying 1 or 2 tires, or if we actually are installing the tires that maybe you've purchased. Because we have to charge an on-site fee. Depending on where you're at in Houston, it varies. It's never more than an additional $50. But it's the convenience. It's you're never going to get, as you stated earlier, an 18-year-old young man or woman to do the install. I'm an owner-operator. My son works for me. He's 22. He's one of my helpers. But you're getting a professional installation. I have over 20 years experience with different manufacturers. Worked for General Motors, Porsche, and you're getting an ASC mechanic working on your vehicle, and that's what's going to make it special.
That's really cool. I love the whole concept, and this city is certainly big enough to not only support you, but a whole fleet of you, if I could say it that way.
Yeah. And if we would have known before you got your tires,
I could have got a free set from him.
Well, we could have had him right out here in the driveway.
Exactly.
And we could have watched him do it on the show.
Well, thanks a lot, Mars. This is your job.
Found him.
Okay, well, what? Conrad needs tires.
I need to replace my 10-year-old tires.
Well, I was going to ask you, because you
rally.
said you could do some up to 28s. Can you do, what do you got, 14s?
14s.
Can you do
14s.
We can do 14.
Yeah.
Go down to 10 inches, the smallest that we can do.
We could make you a lowrider.
Oh, yeah.
No.
So you got
But,
the
as far as brand selection and size selection, you guys can meet anybody's need.
well, he's got the Bridgestone Potenzas for 120 behind him.
Well,
there.
let me ask you this. Let's say, for instance, that I want to keep my 1962 Buick stock, and I want to, the only place I can get the tires is through Coker, because they're the only ones that make that outdated old tire.
Yeah.
And are you able to work with me on that?
We actually have an account with Coker, all the tire manufacturers, matter of fact. If we can't get a better price, we're very honest. We're going to tell you, you can actually get the same exact price or better, because some of these e-commerce sites, when you buy the tire, they give you free shipping. Me as a tire wholesaler, they'll charge me shipping. So I'm very transparent. I really, I'm doing this to build an incredible name for myself. But at the same time, when you're spending thousands of dollars on tires, you deserve to be treated better. You don't need a waiting room. You don't need to be set to the side. And it should be a huge discussion. I mean, tires are the number one thing that keeps you connected to the concrete. So it's an important decision, and it's a lot of money spent. And, we like working with our clients, whether we go with Coker, Tire Rack, Simple Tire.
Anybody. Yeah.
So you could go to a brick and mortar store and sit in the waiting room for several hours.
Well,
or we
hell-
can call you and sit in the driveway and drink beer and talk to you.
Oh, now you're talking.
Yeah.
That happens quite a bit. And, I get a kick out of it. I love helping people. I love the automotive industry.
And you love beer.
Yeah. So
I don't drink while I work.
I understand.
But what I do love is the personal connection that I'm building with my clients. And on top of it, I have the opportunity, because my client base, I have a lot of exotic car owners that, and I see beautiful pieces of art every day. And it's just very exciting.
Do you prefer
the difference from? Go ahead.
Did you prefer just going to the site and doing the labor, or do you prefer rounding up the tires, loading them up and taking them? Or you just prefer the labor side, just going to someone's business and house that already have the existing tires?
It's either way. When somebody calls the same day, if they already have the tires, that's pretty helpful. If we're able to plan ahead and work with someone's schedule, we would order the tires and maybe plan a couple of days out. Makes it really easy, because everything's drop shipped to me at my warehouse first thing in the morning, so I can load the van and be very fluent within my day with logistics and getting the installs done.
Do you ever find the customers purchase the wrong tires?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
So what we do ask is we ask for photographs to make sure that the tire size. I have gone to a few appointments where somebody had a custom set of wheels and tires and didn't realize the tires that they ordered didn't fit the custom wheels.
Oh my gosh!
Oops.
Yeah.
And so when we get there, we have to absolutely do a check, because the last thing I want to do is try to put a 17-inch tire on an 18-inch rim.
That's a little hard.
Doesn't
It's
work.
a little hard to do.
Yeah, airing them up would be a little difficult, I think.
Yeah.
And we also provide TPMS service, so we diagnose and repair that pesky light on the dashboard that blinks when your tire pressure goes low, or if the sensors go bad.
You reset those when you do that, though, right? You have the
We reset them when we do a tire installation, but we do get calls daily about a concern of a tire light on. We go out, the sealed batteries that are actually in the the sensors. They only last a few years. On average, I would say 5 to 6 years. So as vehicles age, they start triggering the light and they can't be reset. And so we do a lot of TPMS service and repair also.
So
Really?
do you have to change out the TPS completely?
Yeah,
Yes, in most cases.
Yeah, because the
what we
batteries are
do
not
is-
serviceable.
right.
Correct. And we would have to dismount the tire, replace the valve stem, which usually has the sensor on the back of it.
Yep.
And we do aluminum valve stems, rubber valve stems. We have everything in stock on the vehicle for all makes and models. So we're we're pretty handy to have around.
Well, I'll say, dang it, I wish that. Thanks, Mars.
Well, I would love to have watched him put him on the Corvette.
I know,
really
me
wish
too.
we'd have known.
Yeah.
Well, he said 5 to 6 years on a TPMS, which is about the same lifespan of the tire. 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did they plan that?
I don't think
Well,
so.
TIA, Tire Institute of America, says that 5 to 6 years is
Right.
the max age of a tire, especially with our climate and the heavy sun impact and
Right.
ambient
It
temperature.
depends on where you're at, because the RMA, the Rubber Manufacturers Association, also say the same thing. I think they're kind of in cahoots.
So, Will, how do we schedule with you? How do we learn more about what you do, where you go, and tires services that you offer?
So we are on Facebook, Instagram under The Mobile Difference. And,
The Mobile Difference.
The Mobile Difference.
And we posted a link on our Facebook page to you, directly to you guys.
Right. And our website is under construction, and I should have it launched by Monday next week.
Good.
We'll be checking.
Yeah.
Appreciate
There'll be
that.
a test on Tuesday.
All right. Well, and in the meantime, do you have a mobile number for folks to call?
Sure. Absolutely. It's 832-510-7177. We are open Monday through Friday from 8 to 6. We do have after-hours appointments available upon request, and Saturday from 9 to 1. We do a lot of fleet work. We deal with a lot of big logistics companies. We do after-hours servicing for companies. We don't just service the average Joe or car enthusiast. We also do big fleets at nights and in early mornings.
So what am I? So am I the average guy, or
You're
am
the
I the
average
car
Joe.
enthusiast?
No,
you're a
you're
bit of both.
the annoying.
Y'all are
person.
all car enthusiasts.
Do you have the annoying guy category in there? Because that's what I would fit in.
You know, I think everyone's still in the wow factor phase, and I love that part, because when they see what we're capable of, especially with yourself, like a C8 Corvette, you know, you're going to pay attention to what I'm doing. And when you're watching the process, and it builds value and comfort to you. And I think that also helps the word of mouth referrals come a lot easier, because, you know, car enthusiasts, y'all pay so much money for big, beautiful vehicles. They need to be treated as such.
And with everything that is attached to them, including Hurst shifters.
I'm just about to say that's what I'm doing.
But I'm thinking, you know, the place I get my hair cut, they've got a little bar over in the corner.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, you're coming to the house, and, you know, if you want to keep everybody entertained.
You go
know,
meet him up
you
at the bar.
Well, he could bring a portable bar in that big van he's got.
There you go.
Oh, my
That's
gosh.
it. Free cocktails with the
Well,
tire
there you
change.
go. That way, you know, any customer that's a little anxious about you doing your work, you can kind of soften that.
We'll take this out in trade. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's great to talk to you. The best of luck to you. It's called The Mobile Difference, and his name is Will Wightman. Hope to talk to you again soon, my friend.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Thanks.
Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. It's time now for the cruise-in calendar. Lots of cruise-ins, and even though it's hot, there's not supposed to be any rain tonight, so go for it.
Well, again, you know, that's going to be Nifty 50s up in Grogan's Mill, the Kemah Car Meet. Looking a little bit further into the future, again, 2 weeks from now is 2 weeks from now is Tailpipes and Tacos at Katy location off of Grand Boulevard and Kingsland.
99 in Kingsland.
That's the
And-
Grand Parkway and Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 in Katy.
Yeah, what
And
he
then
said.
also the Kirby location.
And the Kirby location inside the Loop.
So, you know, great events to go to. Woody's Waterfront on September 25th, their third annual car show at Topwater Grill.
And
in
we'll
San
be
Leon.
there, so you have to be sure and stop by and say hello to us.
yeah.
In August 8th through the 11th, the Audi Club Nationals in Austin, Texas. And then also Saturday, October 16th, is the Mustang Club of Houston Fall Auto Show up on Planet Ford on 45.
Lots of stuff.
Always,
Lots of
always.
cruise-ins. It's time to get out and enjoy your car.
Yep.
And I just looked at my car review. kind of scanned it to make sure I'm going to get everything. And one of the things that I failed to do was price the car competitors to the review that I'm
Just
going
put
to
a
do.
lot.
Well, they're not going to be that much. Well, they may. On second thought. All right, time now for this hour's car review. Had a chance to drive the 2021 Lexus RX350. And I have to tell you that the original Lexus RX350, I think it was the 300 back at the time, that was the first luxury SUV that I ever bought. It was actually a CUV.
Oh, you bought one?
Bought one, yeah.
Oh, yeah, good story.
Bought one out of the press fleet back in the day. This is back in, I want to say around 2000, 2001, somewhere in there. I bought it out of the press fleet. It only had, I don't know, a few thousand miles on it. And it was white, and it was the Coach edition. So it had Coach leather on the inside. This thing was sweet. I loved that vehicle.
It was a nice size.
And it was.
Oh, you had the girls still at home?
Yes.
This story gets better. Listen.
Okay.
Oh, I was waiting for the rest of the story.
Well, what is the rest of the story?
Well, you were hauling around. You were hauling around kids.
I was. Actually, it was the wife's vehicle, but I loved that thing. Loved driving it with the little V6 in it. It was just perfect.
Oh, and beautiful truck.
So RX350 for 21 comes in two trim levels: the base and the F Sport. I had the F Sport.
Of course,
it's considered a small SUV, but I would call it more of a mid-size. Seats 5 passengers. Now it does have an L version. And we're not going to review that clearly, but that has a third row. And if you're going to do that, I would bump it up to get something a little bit bigger, but that's just me. Exterior changes from last model year, really none. Exterior features include an oversized in-your-face spindle grille, attractive headlights, faux brake duct vents in the front bumper, racy lower door panel sculpting on this,
Nice.
big wheel openings with black trim, and a floating roof paint job. I'm not quite sure if I like that or not.
It seems to be the trend, though, when you look at lots of other people's SUVs. They put that black band on the C-pillar of a lot of these SUVs to give that floating roof look.
And it's, I don't know, what floating roof. I don't know who came up with that, but whatever. What I liked about it, the overall attractive design. Question, I have a question. What is Lexus going to do with that great big huge grille when they go electric? You don't have to answer it. I'm just throwing the question out there, just generally speaking.
Painted black.
What are they going to do with that great big, well, it's already black. What are they going to do with that great big grille? They're going to shrink it down to a little bitty one.
Nope.
You're gonna make it
That
look like
is there.
It's
That
going to
is
look like
there.
a Tesla.
Interior highlights include an attractive dash, well laid out. Infotainment screen sits high atop the dash with a touchpad control.
Well, you're not a fan of the touchpad control.
Quality leather interior is absolutely beautiful in this thing. Cargo trunk room, adequate for its size. What I liked about it, the A+ interior design and quality. What could use improvement? Well, the navigation and Mark Levinson sound system is a $3,365 option.
Nice.
That's a wow there. And what could also use improvement? The infotainment touchpad on the center console adds to distracted driving, in my opinion.
Yeah, but it rides up pretty high to see it.
It's not that.
But you think it's operational on the...
Well, because you don't touch it, and it goes to wherever you touch up on the screen. You have to dial it, you have to scoot it over, move it, change it around, and it takes more time to do that with that knob or the touchpad that some vehicles have down there on the center console.
As a first-person user, as you drove the vehicle more time, did it become a little easier?
No.
Oh.
It didn't. I mean, I got used to it, yeah, but I think that it adds... They need to rethink that. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
All right. V6 engine, 3.5 liter, 295 horsepower, 268 pound-feet of torque with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Gets 19 miles per gallon rated in the city, 26 on the highway for a combined of 22. Most of my freeway driving is on the freeway at about 65 to 75 miles an hour. I got 23.3 miles per gallon over 352.9 miles.
That's not bad.
What I liked about it, the adequate power. It's got enough power in it. It's not underpowered, just right. Don't mess with it. Automatic transmission does not like aggressive driving, but this is not a vehicle that you do.
It's a luxury car.
It is. So treat it like that and don't be dumb like me. Ride and handling, high marks. Love it. What could use improvement? Nothing. It is a luxury SUV, and it acts like it, and you need to too if you buy it. Base trim price, $45,220. Price as tested, $60,115 for the Esport all-wheel drive. Base model price, $60,380.
And it's a luxury SUV.
It is. And do you need the F Sport? Well, that's up to you. I really like just the standard base model.
Well, I'll tell you one thing about Lexus is the level of service you receive at their dealerships
Absolutely
is
stupendous.
top tier.
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
very few that even compare.
I couldn't agree more, and I highly recommend that. Competitors, Acura MDX, the Mercedes-Benz GLE, and the BMW X5. It wins hands down, in my opinion. Love the car. That's the review of the 21 Lexus RX350. The In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available from your favorite podcast source. The In Wheel Time Car Show continues right after this quick break.
When you're ready to shop Chevrolet, we know one that should be at the top of your list. Bayway. Locally owned by Houston-born and raised Daryl Wisniewski, Bayway brings a sense of family to your Chevrolet buying experience. When you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, you now have a place to go. General Manager Lincoln Stahl guarantees Bayway will beat any competitor's written price on the new vehicle you choose or pay you $1,000. Bayway Chevrolet is located only 8 minutes from the Beltway and Highway 288. Whether it's online or in person, you'll be welcomed like one of the family. BaywayChevrolet.com. Tailpipes and Tacos. Houston's premier monthly car cruise-in returns Saturday, September 18th at 2 Loopy Tortilla Mexican restaurants in Katy and inside the Loop on the Southwest Freeway near Kirby. Tailpipes and Tacos is free and everyone's invited. You'll see collector cars, hot rods, customs, magnificent originals, and resto mods at 2 locations. Cars from all over Southeast Texas cruise in and show off in a friends and family event at the Loopy Tortilla Mexican Restaurant on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 in Katy, and inside the Loop on the Southwest Freeway near Kirby. Drag racer, car enthusiast, and Loopy founder Stan Holt brings you Houston's hottest cruise-in. Tailpipes and Tacos, inside the Loop on the Southwest Freeway in Kirby, and in Katy on the Grand Parkway just south of I-10, where you'll see the In Wheel Time Car Show. Get your ride ready, and we'll see you at the Tailpipes and Tacos Saturday morning cruise-in, September 18th, 8 to 11 a.m., weather permitting. Gulf Coast Auto Shield has moved to a more convenient location. Now you can visit John Gray and his staff of dedicated professionals at their new shop on the South Sam Houston Parkway between Belford and Airport in Southwest Houston. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is the best at paint correction and ceramic coatings. Clear bras and custom wraps are specialties that only Gulf Coast Auto Shield installs with award-winning accuracy, and all their services come with a warranty. Lamborghini, Aston Martin, Porsche, and Ferrari owners depend on Gulf Coast Auto Shield for their specialty services, and you should too. The In Wheel Time Corvette and Cutlass have both been massaged by Gulf Coast Auto Shield, so isn't it time your vehicle visit their new shop in Southwest Houston? Call John Gray today at 832-930-5655 or visit online at gcautoshield.com. That's gcautoshield.com. Paint, coatings, wraps, and more at gcautoshield.com.